Hey, what is up, everybody? This is the Great Pugatini, and what I got for tonight is I'm going to do a Arkansas Razorback 4 keys to victory. You know, this is the eve of Arkansas's first round matchup here with the Hawaii. They're the Rainbow Warriors, and I've got the 4 keys to victory. I've been breaking down Hawaii today, and I've tried to find out what we need to do as far as Arkansas Razorbacks to win. Because I'm gonna tell you, Hawaii, man, they're nobody. They're a 13 seed, but they're nobody to sneeze at. You know, just to overlook. Man, they got some players. They got a good team, and we're gonna have to play well for sure. I can promise you that. So let's check it out here. Here we go. Now, first off, key number one is we got to win the rebounding. You know, the rebounding is the key to everything for us. It starts our running game and all that. But anyway, so let's look here. We average about 36 rebounds per game. Hawaii averages 33. Now, and I put here that we must win rebounding and create our fast break opportunities. And when we win the rebound margin, that usually gives us about an 8 to 12 point per game boost, okay? And I think that happens for about nationally too, for everybody. But that is what gets it going. We've got a defensive rebound and push the ball. And here's some stats to go with that. I got this from Ken Palm. Now, if you look here at Arkansas with us, we offensively rebound. We're one of the top 50 teams as far as offensive rebounding. Now, that's going to be hard to do versus Hawaii because defensive rebounding, they have a 74 to 76 percentage, which is elite. That's really good. So it's going to be hard for us to get a lot of second shots. They're a very good defensive rebounding team. But where I think we can really get them here is that we're a good defensive rebounding team, as good as they are, just about, a little bit under them. But then Hawaii does not offensive rebound. I think that's the key stat. You see, they're at 28 or 30%, whereas we're at 32 to 35. That's top 50. So this is the key stat will allow us to push the ball and get some baskets. Because remember, we want to score 90 points, you know, around 90. Hawaii don't want to do that. They want to be around 70. I think in the Big West Championship game I just watched, I think Hawaii scored 31 at halftime. I mean, we want to score 31 at the 10-minute mark, just about. So definitely a contrasting styles there. But I think that's something where you can defensive rebound and then get it out and push it, get some easy baskets, get some open shots, and really try to push the ball against Hawaii because they got a good defense, a good half-court defense for sure, and good defense overall. So the key inside here is that we create second chances, although it's going to be hard versus Hawaii. They're a good defensive rebounding team, which is what I put next. That Hawaii prevents second chances. So it's going to be a battle there. But we need to win the rebounding battle. We got a defensive rebound. Don't give them second shots and get out and push it. Because we definitely have the better athletes. We're bigger. Well, I mean, they got good size to them, I'll show you. But I think we're faster, we're better athletes. And so we want to get out and out-athlete them. The impact here, I think if Arkansas wins the glass, we get fast break points. If Hawaii controls the glass, they slow the tempo down, and that's not where we want it to be. We want to be at 80 to 90 points. They want to be 60 to 70. Okay, so we got to control the boards and then control the tempo, and then which leads me into the key number 2, which is tempo. We want over 80 points. We want up about 90 points. So we average on season right at 90 points per game. Hawaii averages 70 points per game. So that fast pace, if we can control the defensive boards, get out and push it, that would favor Arkansas, favor us. A slow game in the 60s is a danger zone for Arkansas. We don't want to be there. We want to get out and push and make it a fast tempo for sure. All right, here's some stats to back that up. You know, if you look at Arkansas's the offensive efficiency, we're in the top 25. So we got a really good offense there. Our defense is not bad either. We're top 50 to 80. You know, which is not terrible. And our net rating is a plus 15 to a plus 20. That means we're that much higher than I think the people we face. I think it's kind of hard to understand that, Kim Palm. But if you look at Hawaii's offense, they're top 150 to 200. So they're not nearly as good offensively as we are. So I think our size and our athletic ability is really going to give them some fits too. And and I think their offense is probably going to be not as good as it is here as their ratings show, because they're probably not faced too many teams that have that ability that we do, the athletic ability. The defensive efficiency, though, right here, they're top 10, 25. I mean, so it's really going to be a battle, our offense versus their defense. And they can play half-court defense now. I'm telling you, they do a good job of helping. They do a good job of playing together. I heard some people say that, oh, they don't help. It's just straight man-to-man, no help. That's not true. That's not what they did in the Big West Championship game that I watched against UCI, California Irvine. They helped, and they played good. They have a lot of guys that have good size, move pretty well, but they're not athletic ability like Arkansas has, but they can move pretty good. So that's going to be the battle, our offense versus their defense. Key takeaways, a top 25 offense versus a top 20 defense. So, I mean, that's why I say we got to get out, push the ball, and get the score up. And because they don't want to do that. The game will be decided, we could win a low-scoring game, too. We could win either way. We're really efficient offensively, but it would help us if we can get the score up and get a fast pace going. So a fast pace is advantage for Arkansas. Slow pace advantages Hawaii. All right, now, key number 3 are paint touches are better than threes, okay? Sometimes in Arkansas, when these away games, they get enamored with shooting a three. They just jack them up too much. We have a very good percentage there. You see we average right at 39% from three, which is really good. But when we go on the road, it's been way down from that. At home, we shoot it really well. But also, you got to figure in Acuff and Thomas are over 40. So they pull everybody up, We don't need Billy out there shooting a lot of threes. We don't need DJ shooting a lot, although DJ can kind of get going there. We want Acuff and Thomas shooting it. Brazil can shoot it some there. But we cannot get enamored of the three-point shot. We've got to get paint touches, get the ball in the paint, use our athletic ability, and then kick it out to Acuff or Thomas, maybe Brazil, or some of those other guys. They can shoot it in rhythm, and maybe they get hot. It's kind of like that old game, NBA Jam, I think, on arcade. You get on fire, and you make everything you shoot. If we get like that, then, yeah, shoot it. But if we're not, we can't just sit out there and shoot three all night. We got to get the ball, the paint, get to the free throw line. We can't just sit out there and shoot threes all night. So we got to drive and kick offense, I think. I'd like to see Richmond and Wagner attacking the basket when they're in there. And then they can kick it out to Acuff, Thomas, and Brazil. Wagner can shoot it sometimes, but really Richmond and Wagner need to be attacking the basket and then kicking it out or scoring at the basket, So anyway, we just can't get enamored of that three-point basket. Now, key 4, our big men have to play well. I say dominate. Now, Hawaii's got some good big men too, but they're not nearly as athletic as Brazil or Ewan or Pringle, and we're bigger than them. They've got good size, but we are a little bit bigger and longer, can move better. Brazil averages 13 points and 7 rebounds. Ewan shoots 59% from the field. Pringle's 72%. He's mostly dunking it. So we should have the better athletes at the post position, but they have some good guys down there now. They're good players. This is a good team, I'm telling you. And so we have to control the paint, rebound, and then finish strong, okay? On defense, we got to limit them to that one shot and then push it. We got to, stop their big men. 2 of their big men are 2 of their leading scorers. So we've got to stop their big men. Now, here's team comparison over the offensive stats. Arkansas averages 90, Hawaii 70. Arkansas shoots 50% from the field. Hawaii's about 46. Hawaii's not a great offensive team. They're not a good three-point shooting team either. You see they only make about 33% from three. Arkansas makes 39, which I say Acuff and Thomas are over 40, so that's a lot of that. But anyway, if Hawaii wants to shoot threes, we'll let them shoot threes. Just kind of get a hand in their face. Don't let them have wide open. Don't let them get hot. But they're not a great shooting three team. None of them are. I think their big man, Thomas might be his name. He's probably the best three-point shooter they have. Their point guard I can't remember his name. I'll look it up here in a minute on one of my later slides. But he's a decent three-point shooter, but he can't really make his own shot. He's got to kind of catch and shoot. So, Hawaii is an elite defense, but their offense is limited for sure. You can see there. But their defense is tough, so Arkansas is going to have, it's going to be hard to score. That's why we got to get out and push it. All right, now here's our side-by-side matchups. With this, I was going to but it's hard to know who's going to play who. But you see, Erickson was at point guard. He's 6'3", Acuff 6'3". Bullock is a guard they have. That's pretty good. He's averaging almost 14 a game. He's more of a slasher. He's not a three-point shooter. He likes to get the ball to the basket. He's quick. And then you got Johnson. He's the postman. He's 6'7". He's more of a post guy, and he likes to shoot the three. I saw him hit 2 or 3 threes versus California Irvine, and he'll post up too. But I mean, we're with Big Pringle and Ewan and Brazil at 6'10" in there, 6'9", we should be able to really bother him on inside. But whoever's covering him can't let him have threes because he can shoot the three pretty good. He averages 14 points, 50% from the field, so a pretty good player there. Now this guy, Ruladaf, I heard him saying that name, and they said it easy. I struggle with it. He's a pretty good player. Here's another one. He can post up some. He can shoot the ball a little bit on the outside. 6'8". Averages about 11 points a game, 52% from the field, 40% from three. Although I saw him shoot a few threes. Johnson likes to hang out by a three-point line. He'll try to set a high ball screen, pick and roll, and he'll want to hang up by a three-point line and shoot the three. This Ruladave, and they'll put both of them up there. It'll be like a double screen. So he likes to dive the basket. Also, he'll shoot the three some too. But these three right here, they bring in another guard too. His name is Dar or Def or something. I can't remember his name. I didn't put him on here because I didn't have any. I didn't have any more room to put a. Well, shoot, why did they do that for? To put another guard on there, so I didn't put him on there. But yeah, this Dave Johnson and Bullock here, those are three best offensive guys. I think we can really bother them with our size and length and athletic ability. We should be able to really bother them a lot and make it really hard for them to score, I think. As long as we play the way we can, we should be able to do that. So, yeah, I really think our defense will look a lot better than it has because they're not as athletic as we are. Now, Bullock's an athlete. Johnson and Ruladef, they're not great athletes. They can move, they're not big old fat guys or nothing, but they're just not great athletes. And so we should be able to really bother them a little bit. Nemeska here, he's not a big shooter. He kind of scores around the basket. Finlayton's a guard, big guard, more defense really. And the other guy's name was Kerr, and he's about a 6'5" guard. He averages, I think, about 7 points a game. Come in there and play quite a bit versus Irvine. Didn't do a whole heck of a lot, but he made some plays. I see he can make some plays. So they've got some good athletes, man. I'm telling you, don't think that this is just going to be show up and beat the dog out of them. I mean, Hawaii can play. Now, I see now they have 13-14 upsets. Hopefully 13 versus 4 upsets. Hopefully that don't happen to us. Hopefully we come out ready to play and use our athletic ability. We control the defensive boards, get out and push it, and get the score up. And hopefully we're shooting well from outside. But if we're not, we can't just sit out and shoot threes. We got to get that ball to the basket, get fouled. And they don't have really great shot blockers, but they play good help defense. They'll trap you if you get in the corners, or down on the baseline. They play really good disciplined defense, Hawaii does. So, hey, it's going to be a tough game. We're not just going to show up and blow them out. We're going to have to come and play good. So, anyway, that's about all I got, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I know if you're like me, man, I'm excited. I'm ready to get this game on. Unluckily, I'm going to be driving a bus, but so I'm going to miss a little bit of the first of it. But as soon as I get a chance, I'm going to get home quick and hopefully be able to watch some of them on my way home. Schools, they block a lot of stuff. You can't watch it now. But anyway, I'm going to be on bus. I can't watch it that way anyway. But hopefully when I get in my car, I can turn it on Hulu and watch it on my way home. Hopefully if I can get a connection. But anyway, man, I'm excited. I'm ready to play. I know I'm fixing to do my brackets too. I haven't done any brackets yet. Been busy. And I'm going to try to spend a little hour or so here putting that together. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it gives you a little bit of, you see what Hawaii has. I can't really show video on YouTube. They don't like that. You know, they'll give me strikes and all this and that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and hope you learned a little bit there. You know, I definitely think Arkansas can beat them, but it's not going to be easy. We're going to have to play good. We have to control those boards and push the score up, get on them defensively, and really make it even harder for them to score. And you know, and just put it on them. Use our athletic ability and play well. That's all I got, man. That's the key to victory: rebounding and pushing it, getting a score up. You know, and don't get enamored with a three. If we're not hitting threes, we got to get that ball to paint touches. Use our ability to get to the lane and then score. Use our size advantage with Brazil, Ewan, Pringle, those guys. Get in there, and I think just our athletic ability, we should be able to overcome them there. But anyway, I sure do appreciate you guys spending time with me. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button, and then subscribe to my channel, and then click that notification bell. That way you know when I make videos. I haven't been making one every night, but boy, I've been busy. Holy moly. Every night we got something going on. You get home at 8 o'clock, and it's hard to get something together. Good enough to watch. You know, try to make it good for whoever watches, learn something, you know, or is entertaining at least. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for spending time with me. And I'm going to get started on my brackets here, try to figure this stuff out. And but anyway, have a great evening. Have a great day whenever you're watching this. And as always, go Hogs.